how she accomplishes this.
That is a fine line because you want them to take what you're saying seriously, but on the other hand, you don't want panic. So you walk a fine line, but if you take the weather seriously and you have a certain authoritative tone in your voice, I think people take you seriously.
In a severe weather situation, people should heed the warning and take cover. Susan tells what to do in a severe thunderstorm warning and in a tornado warning.
So when we have something like a severe thunderstorm warning, we tell people to immediately take cover, but again with the severe thunderstorm warning, the biggest concern would be, say, lightning, electrical storms. Now with the tornado warning, we try to be very firm and get people to a safe place immediately, which of course would be the basement or some small enclosed room inside the house.
The weather affects everyone who ventures outside, especially those who have to brave the elements. I'm Martin Mitchell for LC3TV. Now, back to Joe in the studio.
Thanks, Martin, for that report. In searching for a job, have you ever wondered what's the right job for you? If you answer yes to this question, you are not alone. Many people are trying to look for that perfect job. Jackie Kistler, who is a branch supervisor from Manpower, is here to explain some jobs that are available in the clerical field. Thanks for joining us today, Jackie.
No problem.
So, Jackie, what is Manpower?
Manpower is a temporary agency. We help individuals get careers, jobs.
Okay. Why do people come to a temporary work agency for jobs rather than looking for jobs on their own?
A lot of companies now are going through temporary agencies to find their staff. This gives them the opportunity to evaluate the employee and make sure that they are one that they want to bring on staff.
Why are companies turning to a temporary agency rather than hiring permanent employees?
I think with the economy the way it is right now, it's better for them to come through a temporary agency. Again, they get to keep the individual as long as they want, make sure the individual likes the job, and make sure that they're going to fit into the company.
Now, what kind of jobs does Manpower provide?
Manpower provides anything from administrative assistance to data entry, customer service, just general clerical workers.
Now, you're with the clerical field, so in obtaining a job in the clerical field, what kind of jobs are available?
In the clerical, we've got companies that just need someone to do data entry.
Can you elaborate on that?
Basically with data entry, they're just inputting information, maybe on a spreadsheet. They use a lot of Excel at different companies. So what we do with our employees is we upgrade their skills. We try to give them all the training that is possible for them and keep them up to date on the current software that's available so that they can go into the job and know the software and possibly help with their staff.
Now, what type of qualifications do you look for when it comes to hiring a person in this field?
They have to be computer literate. They have to know at least the basics of computers and how they run. We then put them through our skillware, which is some training on there. And then we also do testing on them, which is Sure Skill, is what we call it. And what it is it's a test that'll take them through each package that they say they know. If they know Excel, we're going to test them on Excel to see whether they're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced on the package.
Okay. Now, when it comes to applying for a job for a specific company, do you have long-term or short-term contracts with the employees?
We have both. We have some companies that's ongoing. I have girls that have been out there for 3 years. They like it that way. They get benefits through us, so it's to their advantage to stay on with us.
Okay. Now, can you talk about your benefits?
Manpower offers, well, we offer 401k. We have the same as most companies, medical insurance. We have paid vacations, paid holidays. Basically, if you'd go to a company, we have pretty much the same.
Now, when it comes to paying your employees, how do you distribute the money?
Basically, we charge our customers a certain rate, and then we determine what the individual's qualifications are, and they're based on that, on their pay. We also pay their unemployment, their workman's comp, their state and federal taxes, so it's all kind of revolves around that.
Mm-hmm. Now, how does Manpower make a profit?
I would say with Manpower, it's the quantity of people that we put out to work. It's, you know, we don't charge our customers an arm and a leg like most places here. We charge them a very appropriate rate for their business, and we get more in volume, and that's how they make it.
Now, when it comes to providing skills, could you explain, like for someone who walks into Manpower for the clerical field and they want some help with computer training, how do you go about and do so with that?
Well, I, as the office automation specialist also, I've gone to Milwaukee and been trained to do that. We take them in, and we have Skillware, which is a whole package of every program that's out there. We also have it in Spanish for Spanish-speaking people. That takes them through a self-paced training. I'm there to answer any questions that they have. And basically, by the end of the package, I test them to see if they've caught on to it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jackie, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Now that we've shown you one way on how to find employment, we thought we'd feature several other careers you might like to pursue. Our first featured career is the exciting job as a photographer. A photographer has a chance to meet people from all walks of life and to use their artistic skills to bring out an individual's special look or personality. LC3TV reporter Scott Ackles recently visited a local photographer right here in our own backyard.
Every day they're out there watching and waiting to steal moments forever captured in a photograph. The field of photography is one of fierce competition. Someone who understands this highly competitive career choice is freelance photographer Wendy Schaefer.
My workday starts around 8 o'clock every morning, and I shoot houses for the Smythe Kramer show, which airs on Sunday mornings.
Wendy's workday is on a tight schedule as she must go from house to house. She really depends on the realtors to show up and be on time.
My name's Christy Randall, and I'm a realtor for Smythe Kramer in Solon, Ohio. And once a week I meet with Wendy. And what's nice about the photographs that she takes and other professionals like her is that a lot of people that are looking for houses may not want to meet with a realtor, and they want to see what a house looks like before they even call about it. So this gives us an opportunity to get really nice pictures on the television.
Also use photographs for my brochures, so that when an agent brings a buyer through the home, they have the picture on the brochure with a lot of very good information. And at the end of the day, when they've seen 15 or 20 houses, they remember my house because they do have the picture.
And the best part about my job is I get to see, or the most fun part about, the most fun I have at my job is getting to see all the different kinds of lifestyles people lead and the different kinds of houses that they have, you know.
So this house is a great example of when you can show interior shots and not just exterior. Wendy does a great job of getting all the right angles and so forth. Does a great job.
And now I'm meeting with an actor who has to pick up his headshots because he's off to LA in the morning. I still have prints to make, and for me, that's the most relaxing time of the day.
Oh, what am I doing with these photographs? Well, specifically, I'm meeting an actor. His name is Martin Sheen, and he's very involved in the business and involved in my family and specifically in my work. Mm-hmm. And secondly, after I meet with Martin, I'm meeting a young producer by the name of Greg Champion.
When working with actors and models, I always have to find new poses and new looks for that person, which best pull off their personality.
Most photographers must wear many different hats and be as versatile as possible to meet the many different needs of their clients.
Anyone considering becoming a professional photographer should always have dreams, like mine of becoming the next Rolling Stone photographer, but you should realize that they're not going to happen overnight.
For L3CTV, I'm Scott Eichholtz. Now back to you, Joe, in the studio.
Thank you, Scott. Now joining us is Maureen Hess, who is a career service employee from Lorain County Community College to discuss career opportunities for college students. Thanks for joining us today, Maureen.
You're welcome, Joe. I'm glad to be here.
What does LCC Career Services do?
Well, we offer a variety of services to students while they're here at LC3 and also when they're graduating and getting ready to make their career move. Hopefully they will have begun their career move before that, because employers are really asking us for experienced employees and experienced graduates. So we're trying to support student efforts to get a foot-in-the-door job in their field before they graduate. To do that, we offer services such as a new electronic job match system, which we call CareerNet. And students register with that system, and then 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they can check and see if there are opportunities that match their interests. They don't have to drag their tired bodies to career services to check. We also link them with a system that's new in the county, part of Lorain County's employment network, and that's called VisionLink. So that's a free service to students all the way through. And we especially encourage graduates to get on. It's free for them for 6 months after they graduate, too. Secondly, we offer free workshops. And we're having an intense schedule in June to accommodate our recent grads. There'll be day and evening workshops. And they cover such things as resume construction, interviewing, and how to put together an effective job search. We also have a career lab. It's a resource library. There are 6 computers there, and they are bookmarked and iconed to some of the best career services links on the internet. And there's a wonderful library of print resources. We have one-on-one counseling for students as they're getting ready to graduate. Within 6 months before and after their graduation date, they can meet with one of our career specialists, and we will be very glad to critique their resume for them and to help them prepare for interviews. So, and I think that, and we do also have career decision and job search courses that are available to students.
Okay.
That's a brief overview.
Very good. Do you have to be an LCC student to apply?
No, our services are open to community members for a nominal fee also, and lots of people in the community take advantage of our services.
Now, do you help people assess their skills for assisting people in selecting their careers?
Yes, we have in our career lab a really neat system called Siggy Plus. And if you make a 1-hour date with Siggy, he'll ask you a few questions. This is interactive software, you understand. And you answer them, and Siggy comes up with some suggestions for careers and jobs. It'll talk about the industry trends and the salaries and the education you'd need. And if you need further consultation, our counselors are available to help students who remain undecided.
Do you help students with internships?
Yes. In fact, I have a new title of co-op coordinator. The school is very interested in developing experience-based learning for students. As I mentioned before, businesses want students who've had some real-world experience. Now, we don't have formalized programs across the curriculum at the moment. We're working on that. In the meantime, if a student is interested in what I like to call a foot-in-the-door job, we will be glad to help him find a part or full-time opportunity in his or her field.
Okay. Now, do you share positions with other colleges?
Yes, we're participating in the moment in a virtual job fair that's sponsored by Lakeland Community College. And so students can access that job fair from our career lab and from our internet site also.
And when is this job fair?
The job fair is going to continue through the end of the week. It was from May 3rd until May 16th. So, and the other thing I'd like to say while we're together, and I have this forum, is there's kind of a gospel we're preaching across campus. First is the workplace has changed. It's not realistic to expect a 30-year job, so that you have to be prepared to manage your own career. There are some simple ways to do that, and we have the resources to give you before you leave LC3. So don't leave home without them.
Okay. And real quick, do you contact local businesses to find out about job openings?
Yes, we have a community employment specialist, Jane Renz, on our staff who deals with local businesses. And I am in the process also of developing internship and experience opportunities for students with local companies.
Well, thank you, Maureen, for joining us today.
You're welcome, Joe. It was my pleasure.
When you think of a sportscaster, you think of someone who has enthusiasm. You think of someone who has a lot of knowledge in sports. CBS 19 sportscaster Ronnie Duncan indeed has these two attributes. LC3TV reporter Kimberly Suggs had an opportunity to interview Cleveland's own Ronnie Duncan.
Reporter Kimberly Suggs, reporter from CBS Channel 19, where we're here to meet and interview Mr. Excitement, Mr. Sports himself, Ronnie Slam Duncan.
Now it's time for Ronnie Slam Duncan.
Ronnie Duncan is the man, and undisputedly the most flamboyant and entertaining sportscaster in Northeast Ohio. When we asked what's his inspiration, this is what he said.
I think it's my personality. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I mean, when I get up there on that set and I'm doing sports, I'm in my own element, I'm in my own world, and no one can touch me. I enjoy presenting things to people. I think I like to do it with the enthusiasm of my culture, of my background. So, you know, when I'm using my little Ronnie Duncan words, or Hoop Dead is, or, you know, in your face and out of space, that's all just a part of me. That's a part of my origin. That's a part of my history. That's a part of my, you know, my culture. And when that is a part of you, then you let that part of you come out.
Ronnie was born to be on TV. He began his television career as an actor, but sportscasting has always been in his heart.
I mean, I've always wanted to do this. I can remember as a kid, sure, I would play in the baseball game, but when, say, for instance, you were up or another person was up the bat, I would talk about it. I would say, okay, here comes Carlos. Carlos up the plate, and I'm sitting back on the side. So they thought I was sort of crazy back then.
Crazy or not, Ronnie was able to turn his dreams into a reality.
Well, I started in 1983 in television in Baltimore in WJZ, but 5 years prior to that, I also worked in radio. So you're talking about 16 and 5. You got it, 22, 21 years. So it's been a while, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Ronnie would rather be on the scene giving a first-hand account of any sporting event.
I like the element of live TV. I enjoy it. I thrive on it. I like being around people. I like being within the elements of the atmosphere of the event. That's important. So I try to do that a lot.
Ronnie's so enthusiastic about sports, it's no wonder he once was a professional athlete.
I do have a professional boxing license from the state of Indiana. I had 2 fights back in 1991 and 1992. I won the first fight by knockout. Knocked the guy out. And the second fight, I got knocked down, but came back, and it was a split decision. And I said, hey, you know what? After 2 fights, and I've come out of these things unscathed, I think I'm getting out of this whole business. So I did it. It was a lot of fun. I was crazy, but it was a lot of fun.
There's no mystery as to what his favorite sport is.
Boxing is my favorite sport. After boxing, I would have to say basketball. I'm in the hoop, be it college or pro. I mean, I'm into the game. I love the NBA. I love this game.
Ronnie often uses humor to describe the events of a game.
I've had some athletes not appreciate some of the things that I've said about them. I don't think Sean Kemp appreciated the night that I held up a Diet Coke. No, it's Diet Pepsi and a Slim Fast. And this was when, you know, basketball season started. And we all know Sean Kemp was grossly overweight. And I said, Sean, the first drink's on me, Slim Fast or Diet Pepsi. I don't think he appreciated that, but that's just part of my style. I don't think Albert Bell appreciated the fact that I ran an interview where he said he could care less about the people of Cleveland.
Though Ronnie isn't a native of Cleveland, he appreciates the people's spirit.
And people have been so nice to tune in to 19 and to invite me into their homes. I just want them to know that, hey, this is how Ronnie Duncan kicks it. You can kick it like this too, you know.
For LC3TV, this has been reporter Kimberly Suggs. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Kim. Our final interview is with Jackie Kistler, who is a branch supervisor with Manpower, and she'll discuss the jobs available in the blue-collar field. Thanks for rejoining us again, Jackie.
You're welcome.
So, Jackie, what kind of jobs are available in the light industrial field?
Anything from assembly to packaging to general lumberyard work.
What shifts are available in this industry, in the field light industry?
Oh, it varies. First, second, and third, but they all vary in different times. First shift at some companies are 7:30. Some of them are at 5 in the morning.
And is there a specific time of year when hiring people?
Now! Right now it seems to be a good time. A lot of people taking vacations, kids coming out of school, so moms want to stay home. Now's a good time. We need a lot of people now.
And what businesses are you associated with in the light industry?
I actually, quite a few. Tech Services in Lorain and the North Ridgeville branch. I'm primarily in charge of those two. We have everywhere from Dreco in North Ridgeville to Parker Hannafin, Ford, Dell Lumber. I mean, there's several.
Now, is there an age or education requirement?
Yes. You have to be 18 years of age, and you do have to have a high school diploma or a GED for most of the companies. Most of the companies now that are hiring, they're looking for people with the diplomas.
Is a college degree necessary?
Only for our technical positions. We do have some technical electronic engineers and technicians that we do need a 2 years associate's degree or military experience with that.
Now, do you require employees to take a test for light industrial jobs?